In this video, I bought a Harbor Freight style planishing hammer. What am I going to do with it? Hold on. I'll give you a hint. It's right here. So stay tuned. All right, new segment here at Cookster's Garage. Most of you guys' channels do it. I guess I'm gonna have to do it too. I bought a new tool. Bought a planishing hammer. It's the basic one, the Harbor Freight style. This one didn't come from Harbor Freight because everything I've seen and heard, Harbor Freight discontinued theirs. I believe this is the exact one from the same place in China that makes all of them. I got this one off of Amazon. I think it was Easy Tools, I think. There's no brand name on it, and I don't even remember now. I have to look it up. I think I paid like 150 bucks for it. I got scared at first. I couldn't find one. Most of them was $250, $300. Some of them $400 or $500. But it's exact same thing. And I knew I didn't want to pay that for one. And I finally was digging around on Amazon and come across this one. Again, I think about 150 bucks, and it's Easy Tools. So I'm not going to give you the product demo. You guys have seen these things. But basically, it's an air hammer. It's, you know, pistol grip air hammer like we use in body work. And in this housing, and I did actually buy a replacement upper die just on a whim, because the one it came with is a really big thick one. Hang on, I got it here somewhere. This is the upper die it came with, which was, I realized later it was made that way on purpose because there's a really huge, it was a really huge gap under here. That it had to have this thick face to work with, and I had ordered a spare upper die just for the heck of it. So what I wound up doing was, this got adjustment in it, of course. This swivel is a height adjustment. I was playing around with it, and the only time you got to get the heads in pretty much, the upper and lower dies pretty much in contact to do any work. And with that stock head and the way I wanted to use it, the gap was, I could put my finger in there pretty well, and it wouldn't do anything. So I finally figured out if I kept monkeying with it, I turned this handle all the way to the right, which has the height, the adjustment pin. It's probably supposed to fit in here in these grooves, but I got it up on the very top adjustment here. Put that pin through there, and it actually raised the dies up, but they're almost in contact, not quite. But it'll definitely do work. So what I need to do, I needed to do some re-engineering here, and I haven't decided yet exactly what I want to try to do. So there's different ways I could handle it. At the moment, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to speculate, and I'm starting to ramble again. But the thing does work. It's not the $2,000 ones you can buy with the fancy motors and all. Although I would like to have one of those, and I did some looking around before I bought this one. Those motors are like $500, $600, $700 for the really nice ones. You see the handheld ones with the C hoops they call them. I think Chicago Pneumatic was the one that made those back in like the 40s or 50s, and everybody copies them. Anyway, you can buy one of those motors and build a really nice one. So I'm probably going to wind up doing that at some point. But this one gets me started. I've never used a planishing hammer before. I know what they do. My first project I actually bought it for was, I think I showed you earlier. I'm going to grab it. These panels to put my AC vents in. It's going to sit right here. This was actually made for the other side, but the bottom's got to fold under. You know, picture it sitting at about a 45, and then it's got a flare into this curve here. Well, the whole point is to bend this down and curve this under with the planishing hammer. So my first thing I ever made, period, with a planishing hammer was this. So I made this dome here. Basically took a piece of flat. This is 20 gauge because I wanted to start out light. 20 gauge, drew me somewhat of a shape, and went to work. There's definitely hammer marks. Let's see if it'll focus. There's definitely tool marks in here. I don't think this thing is going to want to focus. they're very slight, but they're in there, and that's probably just from the dies themselves. If I can get the back side, not sure I can get the back side to focus. There's tool marks. It's not the highly polished surface you see out of the fancy ones, but it certainly made the shape, or made the shape I was intending for. It's not the right shape for this. It would wind up being in here something, you know, some kind of teardrop. I know you probably can't see that. I know you can't see that. But that's the idea. So what I'm going to do next is figure out the pattern I want to do for this. Again, it'll be something like that's like something like that. You know, it'll come up here and widen out down into this curve. So some kind of, this is drawn upside down, by the way. So some kind of curve that'll be in this. The one saving grace I got here is I'm going to bend this in the brake first. So if I absolutely screw it up, I can cut the bottom section off with on a new piece and not lose this, because I'm still proud of that. So anyhow, I got to get set up to do that. I didn't record my very first use of this thing because I just didn't want to screw myself up. Now that camera running and me over there trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, didn't need to be doing that. But like I said, it worked. And I put it in here, and that's, you know, you've seen guys do it. Well, that's how they did it. That's how I did it, just like everybody else is doing it. Like I said, the dies, here's one of the stock dies. It's smooth, but it's got a, you know, it's got a flaw or two in it. Come on, focus. But it's pretty smooth. They're not, they're not some kind of they're not some kind of rough, thrown together, you know, finish. The top die, I'd have to pull it out, and I can't by hand. It may or may not be a little bit beat up, which could be causing some of those hammer marks. So anyway, that's not a nice American-made hard tool steel. That's just a China-made anvil. I'm going to get some better anvils too. Found 2 or 3 places that sell them, nice American-made ones. So when I figure out what I'm going to get, where I'm going to get it, I'll put that on the. I'll do a video on it. So when I figure out what I'm going to get when I get it, I'll do a video on that too. Trying not to go overboard, because there's a zillion Planishing Hammer videos, and I don't need to be reinventing the wheel again. I'm sure any of you guys that are experts on these things would look at whatever I'm doing and go, no, 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 no. But what the heck? Gotta start somewhere, right? I got a couple other new tools. Got a couple of them here actually. I'm not going to show them yet because I haven't even took them out of the box. They're sitting and be waiting, probably going to wind up being used on my Model A project. I don't know if the battery died or not. I'm not sure what it did that time. I lost some footage. I went to check my fit, and I got it. It's fitting really good up under here. I got to stretch the backside some more. So we're going to do that. Because I need the bubble in the back to be, you know, further, more pronounced than it is up towards the front. So stretching that to raise that up. Let me go check that. I gotta roll it back down again with my hammer. So that's a phenomenon. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm curling it, and then it curls over, and then it goes back. So that's probably just practice or skill or technique. I really got to lay this back over some. Oh yeah, I just screwed it up. Let me see what that did. It's already close enough I can use it, but I'm trying to be Mr. Perfect here and get it perfect. And I'm probably not going to be able to. That definitely helped. Let's do a little bit more of that. Just that center that needs some more shape, and I can't quite get the shape I want. You know why? I know why. Alright. Let's go back to my smallest radius die. That'll put it in there, I think. Where'd you go? Probably in the damn floor. And time out, let me find my die. Found it right in front of my nose. But I probably need to turn this back down a little bit. Not that much. Yeah, that's working that area up. There you go. Let's see what that's doing. Keep reaching for the wrong hammer. Let me run over it real light again with the smaller die. See if I can take out a little bit more of those hammer marks. I probably can't, but I can at least try. I don't believe this setup will beat it, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm trying to smooth. I got one pretty good gouge right there. Oops. Trying to smooth out. I'm just not quite getting there to it. Again, I'm being Mr. Perfect. can be done. That's better. Okay. That's as good a face as I'm going to get. If I was making chainmail armor, that's a perfect look for it. Not chainmail, but the hammer formed armor would be the perfect look. Alright. Let's go turn the camera around and see what we got. Because I think this is the best. With this equipment and my skills, which are brand new, this is the best I can do here. Alright, hold on. Okay, let's fall a lot of them. Damn it. Can you see? Alright, so there we are. Here's the bottom, all the way up against it. Again, it needs some more refinement here. But the curve is in there. Is it perfect? No, and I keep having to mess with it. Hold on. Damn it. I'm cursing more today because I guess I'm still tired from that trip. My filter hasn't come back all the way yet. Did the absolute backwards thing what I should have done. She's got to roll under. I mean, it's close. I got the shape made. I'm really happy that I was able to do that. The shape is made. It's in there. It's got a. The curve is not as much as I wanted. The more I keep looking at it, the more I'm getting irritated with it. But hang on, now it's getting irritated. I know I can do better. I had more curve in it than that. All right, hang on a minute. I'll be back. Put some more curve in that middle section down near the bottom. Now, there we go. That's much better. Now we're under there. Now I need to bend this down a little bit. Again, I can fix a lot of this when I weld it. Plus, I gotta. I'm not sure if I'm gonna lap this or cut it out. But there we go. It's not a pronounced piece by any means. I had much more shape in my head when I first envisioned this thing. But I guess it don't need it. I mean, there it is right there. And it fits. Best I can tell, it's fitting flush with the dash up under here. And that's where you gotta have it fit. The best I can tell, that's it. What did they say? By George, we got it? I think we got it. Whoever George is. I know one George. He's probably not watching this. Well, how about that? I think I did it. Huh. And I'll sit here and mess with it for... See me trying to use my filter? It worked that time. I'll sit here and play around with it for 30 minutes if I ain't careful, but the thing fits. It's in there. I made it. It's got what I want. I am shocked. The thing to do now is I'm gonna have to trim it and all that good mess. I got to cut the hole here, obviously, for the duct to pass through, and then, but son of a gun, I did it. That's just beyond cool. For me, it is. Huh. I really don't need to be cutting this thing a whole lot in the back. Well, I do got to cut it down some. I think I'm going to need to get the top done first. Well, I will cut it out under here somewhere just to give me room. I'm not going to try to lap it together, butt weld it. I think it's just going to be too much trouble. Honestly, I do. If I lap it, and I don't like doing lap welds, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. But there we go, I made it. Just a matter now, fitting and more fitting. See if I can make somewhat of a line here in the back. That's not a very good one. I don't have much overhang. I got a little bit. One thing I want to show you, I'm not sure you'll be able to pick it up on camera, but one thing I want to show you, by the way, we're done. This fits. I am tickled pink. It looks good. I mean, it's got these hammer marks that I can't get rid of. Blocking it, that's not even Bondo. That's primer. Maybe a little filler, just if I want to speed it up a little bit. There's a bit of a knot right here I might try to take out. A little bit more planishing. As far as fitment goes, it's in there. That's amazing. That's a wonderful thing. Now I got to make one for that side. But I know how I did it, so I should be able to do it again. One thing I want to show, let me get to the camera. I mentioned we were stretching the metal to make this shape. This edge here now is almost a knife edge. It's really thin. And that's because I've stretched and stretched and stretched till I've just about stretched it down into, you know, this is 20 gauge, whatever 20 gauge is, 30, 40 thousandths. Down, I could get a mic on it, but I can see a knife edge just about here. So I've stretched this edge out here, all it's going to stretch. Just another feature, not feature, whatever I'm trying to find about how a planishing hammer works, and planishing in general, and stretching metal. So all right, I'm finished with this one now. I'm going to go back and tweak it a little more with this hammer. You don't want to watch that because I'm a perfectionist, and I just got to keep messing with it till I decide I can't do it no better. There's a little ridge right here. You can barely see it. I want to try to work that out. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and I'm not sure if this is the end of this video or not. I got to make the other side. I got to make the driver's side. I got to cut out the passenger side. So I may call it on this one. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Hope you watched me use a planishing hammer for the first time. So I'm definitely learning. If you're yelling at the screen telling me what a moron I am, I apologize. I'm learning. I'm trying. So thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the flip side. See you later.